relationship, it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with or without Sheryl Swoopes in my life.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Charge the Game podcast. And this Nancy Lieberman situation is quite interesting as she goes on to Stephen A. Smith to tell it like it is about Sheryl Swoopes. Get in here, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. Thumbs up. Like the video. Let's go.
You know, I've known Sheryl since she was in college. I helped do her shoe deal with Nike in 1993. Took her to her first SBs. I've known Sheryl. I've coached her. Have a lot of respect for her. I called her when Caitlin was still playing at Iowa, and she had just broken Maravich's record. And it was all over the place, as you and I have discussed, that, you know, there was this quote by Sheryl that said, you know, Caitlin was, 25 years old. She was, however old, 24 years old. She was a fifth-year senior. Right. She was taking 40 shots a game. Her records were illegitimate. And I got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend. And I said, you know, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody. But you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you.
Now, guys, this is crazy to even hear this. Being that Nancy did all of these things with Sheryl Swoopes for Sheryl Swoopes, but it just wasn't good enough. And this sounds like a sincere person. I mean, I would love to hear Sheryl Swoopes' side of the story so that I'm not just taking her side, but I have to take her side in this situation because of who Sheryl Swoopes is and how she has been presenting herself in the media lights, in the eyes of social media and everybody. Everybody's looking at her like a bitter, jealous, hating, racist woman. Okay. Nancy Lieberman strikes me as a very sincere person. And literally based off of the type of person she just said, you know, she is and what she's done and how she helped, Sheryl Swoopes, go to her first ESPYs and, get your shoe deal. That's pretty good business, man. That's a pretty good, solid person to have in your corner because she sounds like she's always been a fan and a friend to Sheryl Swoopes. And all she was doing was trying to call her and tell her, hey, like, you need to stop doing these things because your reputation is so big. You don't really want any of these hiccups to, like, mess with that. And that's what I'm getting from this. But, let's keep going.
And, you might like Boston. I might like the Yankees. It's okay to have difference of opinions. Well, she got upset with me on the phone. And I was like, Sheryl, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking.
That's crazy. Like, you know what it is, in my opinion, and based off of the type of person that, Sheryl Swoopes is. I've dealt with these type of people in person. Trust me, it's very hard to talk to them, even from brother to sister or sister to sister or brother to brother. It's very hard to talk to very extra, like, pro-black people. I'm just going to be honest. And it's like, I always say this because I've dealt with this. I'll tell you guys a story. Like, one time I was at this bar and it was these black chicks and me and another guy, one of my black buddies, were having a conversation. I think it was about the Jada Pinkett thing, right? When Will Smith did what he did. Me being a stand-up man, I said that Will Smith is actually my favorite actor, but no longer is he my favorite actor because I did not like what he did to Chris Rock on the stage. And these women were so mad that, I was defending Chris Rock, but not supporting Jada Smith. Like, she is a bad person to me, in my opinion. I think that she manipulated a grown man. I know he's a grown man, but I do think that she manipulated Will Smith a little bit. Just being honest. And it's, you must don't like sisters. You must don't like black women. I'm just like, honestly, guys, it's just my opinion. Like, I just think that Will Smith was wrong. Factually, he was wrong. He assaulted someone in front of thousands of people in front of the whole world. I mean, honestly, guys, it's assault. Anyway, Sheryl Swoopes is the type of person that's like that. You're calling me to defend this white chick because you're white. You probably never liked me. It's like these people will put all kind of things in their head when they don't even have to. honestly. Because to be honest, Sheryl Swoopes, as great as of a career that you had, you still aren't as exciting as the White Hope. I think that's what they're calling her, the White Hope. You still aren't that exciting. And to make matters worse, you genuinely go out here and hate purposely. Yes, I saw that you leaked the text message between you and Caitlin Clark, but that doesn't mean that deep down you envy her. It doesn't mean that deep down you really don't support her or you don't like her. And it seems like Nancy Lieberman was just trying to get through to you that you don't even have to be that way. She seems like an OG in the game, and all she was trying to do was help. But Sheryl Swoopes is making a terrible name for herself right now. And because she's riding her emotions, she doesn't even know the damage that she's doing to her opportunities or just, people who would be willing to even work with her or, all kinds of things. But because right now she's so like dug in on, the other women in the WNBA not getting this attention, you're fighting harder for them. And it seems like the other women are starting to adapt and understand that Caitlin Clark is actually there to help them.
Our relationship, it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with or without Sheryl Swoopes in my life. I'd rather have her in it. But let me tell you the difference. Right. The difference is when the Kennedy Carter thing happened, and I'm doing Michelle Beadle's podcast with Lou Williams and Chandler Parsons, and Michelle says to me, Nancy, what would you tell Caitlin Clark in that situation? And I said to Michelle, look, I'm not here to speak for Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, I'm not going to tell you that. Then she said, what would you do if somebody kind of blindsided you like that? And you know me, I'm straight from New York, straight from Brooker Park. I said, I would have yes. gotten up. I would have walked up to whoever did that to me. I would have punched him in the face, and the expletive that I use.
I like Nancy Lieberman, man. Isn't it crazy how you can legit be like locked in with someone and really think that you have a true friend and do all of these things? And the difference between men and women is like, I don't get why women will sever a relationship over something so petty. I will argue with my friends up and down. I'm talking about until the point where we are legit ready to throw blows. But after the testosterone cools off, we grab a beer and we call it a day. It's just like back to the basics the next day. With women, it's genuinely just not like that. And we see it all across the WNBA. I never seen so many women cry for attention. Former players, head coaches, and as soon as they start to get the right attention, the problem isn't even about the attention. It's about why am I not getting this amount of attention? I think that in the WNBA right now, man, people are just worried about the wrong things. You guys got all this attention now, and it's still not good enough. It's just not good enough. It's crazy.
That is who I am. That is the concentric circle of who I am. And that's my era. And so, to her point, Teresa Weatherspoon called me, my dear friend, who I love, respect, and admire. She said, Nancy, I was disappointed what you said. And we had a conversation. And I said, Spoon, I didn't say she should punch Kennedy Carter in her face. I said, this is what I would do if I were blindsided. And I've known Kennedy since she was in high school here in Dallas. I think she's a hell of a player, right, and should have been on the All-Star team.
She is.
But my comment about hitting her wasn't about her.
And why is that a problem, Witherspoon? Why is that a problem? Why are you so mad that people are defending Caitlin Clark, knowing that most likely a lot of you angry butch women would do the same thing? At least she's keeping it real. If it was Katie Lou on the Indiana Fever that ran over there and hip checked Angel Reese on a non-basketball play, and she didn't do anything, I'm sure Coach Witherspoon, would have had the same energy that Nancy Lieberman has. They are so hypocritical. In a league where most of these women are black and aggressive. Seriously, come on. Don't say that you don't like what Nancy Lieberman said. Say that you just don't like that she's a white woman defending another white Caucasian young lady. Man, women are something.
This conversation, which we apparently cannot have with me and Sheryl Swoopes, and I still think she was she did. And, you know, we all have to be professional, right? You cover people, right? You and Durant have kind of gone at it in and out for a little bit, but you still do highlights and talk about him and share the greatness of him. You don't have to agree with everything with him, but just do your job. Do your job. You get paid to do a job as a broadcaster. Do your job.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Nancy Lieberman, I am now a fan. You don't find too many women like this who will keep it straight, don't cut any corners, and are very fair. That's my type of chick right here. And she's just telling it like it is. A lot of this, she probably doesn't even want to talk about, but she's just letting it pour out of her. Because these women have audacity to call people and tell them how they should speak or have takes. She's doing her job. She's a true professional. And that goes to show you that we all were right. The media are all going along to get along, like my boy Kwame Brown says. They are all in sync with going against Caitlin Clark. But since Nancy Lieberman is the oddball, they all dislike her now. These women are grown and they're acting like middle schoolers.
Nobody says you have to be in love with anybody else, but if you're going to do an Indiana Wings game, you're going to have to talk about Caitlin Clark and her great teammates and what they're doing. And they have, you know, Aaliyah Boston. They have, you know, Kelsey Mitchell, who's just bananas. I mean, unstoppable, by the way.
Yes, she is.
And Caitlin Clark. So why would you not build around it?
What's going to happen is Sheryl Swoopes is literally putting a target on her back. And I've seen this happen a lot, not just in this type of field, but literally everyday life, where certain people like this run away to people that they really could use, or the people that could really help them go other places in life. And Sheryl Swoopes, let's just be honest. You had your time. Right now it's Caitlin Clark's time. And I believe that she holds more weight in the league right now than you currently do. And it's nothing that you can do about it, Sheryl Swoopes. I don't even understand why you're putting so much energy into this when you have all these accolades. Like, honestly.
So what she's not realizing is that when she doesn't state the obvious, it's automatically going to be assumed that it's something personal, because we know you know the basketball game, the game of basketball too well to ignore the kind of things that she's ignoring when it comes to Caitlin Clark.
I completely agree. There's no way you're an astute at the level you are with all the accolades, MVPs, Olympic medals that you have, and you don't acknowledge Caitlin Clark being one of the most important players on the Indiana Fever, but you managed to name everyone else. Shout out to Nancy Lieberman for keeping it all the way 100. Shout out to Nancy Lieberman for telling the complete truth, and for letting us as fans know that we are not delusional and that there is real hate. I mean, genuinely real hate for this young lady who just doesn't bother anybody, plays the game. I'm telling you guys, man, if this was the other way around, man, just know, man, this will be world news. Trust me. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and drop your comments in the comments section on her invisible beef with somebody who doesn't even want to beef with her. Y'all let me know how you guys feel about this. I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah.